Welcome back to Cultivating with Sandra. We are taking a view of our plants so far, our garden. Those of you that are following, last week we planted our tomatoes and we planted seeds for our cucumbers. It's been a week, and our cucumbers, our market place cucumber, or sorry, market more cucumbers are coming up. On this side, we also planted some tomatoes, and our straight eights cucumbers are coming up nicely. We also planted last week um, some zucchini um, from the Dollar Tree and some yellow squash from a reputable um, seed store. And we can say that both of ours have sprouted and they're doing great. I probably are going to move one of these plants into to this bed so it could have a little bit more room. And if we continue, last week we also planted some other bell pepper, but on bed number 4 in the back we planted some um, some tomatoes, some terminate tomato, and I'm looking at something. Pull one of my green beans down and they're eating it. Not sure, but we gotta figure out what that is. Oh, we have some over there too. So we have some guests in our garden, and of course we have to harvest some of our okras and young large beans. So let's go inside and see what we are waiting to plant on the first bed, which is this bed, and we will plant them as soon as the temperature hit below 85 degrees for the high. So these are the brassicas that we are still waiting for the temperature to drop under 85 degrees before we plant them out. We have cabbage, we have Toscano kale. This one is a Brussels sprout, J Cross. Um, right here we have Georgia collard. Um, back here we have um, a Brussels sprout. This one is a mustard green. This one is another mustard green. This one is a Russian kale. This one right here. We have broccoli. Right here, this big plant is broccoli. This one right here is cauliflower. This one is called another type of cauliflower. This one is graffiti and this one is amazing. We have Swiss chard right here, the red one. And then we have Swiss chard, the bright lights. That's another broccoli. And we have our bok choy, and this one is called Asian green pak choy. But they are all the brassicas that we are waiting to plant once the temperature drops below 85 degrees. Okay, now we are back on bed number 2, and we are going to be planting some carrots on bed 2 and bed 3 on the east side of the beds. So we are going to come along this way and plant 2 carrots. I have the Sen Valerie carrots, and we also have one that just said carrots. So let's get started. I have my dibber, which is not a required tool, but one that makes our work easier. So we are going to go here on the edge and we are going to make a little trench all around here. And let's get this one. All a little trench all around here. And then we are going to drop our seeds. And as you all probably know, I prefer my finger. This one, the first one we're going to do is the Valerie. And it has approximately 60 something days, 65 days or 70 days. No, 70 days for it to mature. And it has approximately 12 to 18 days for it to sprout. As you probably know, you're supposed to do one seed every 2 to 3 inches, but carrots do not have a good germination rate. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna sprinkle them every so often, and when we see them, we can thin them out as necessary. So once we have sprouted them, once we have planted them or dropped them in, we are going to carefully, because they don't like to be um, sown deep. We're just gonna slightly cover them and pat them down to make sure that we have good soil contact. Because without that, they will not germinate. So that is our first row of carrots. So now let's put our sign. This was the same Valerie carrots. And we put the date where we planted it, which is 9/13, and the approximately harvest is 11/22. So now let's go to our third bed. So now we're on bed 3, and we are going to do the same thing. We are going to create a little trench. All the way down. And move any solid items that might be. This is the reason why I really don't like mulch in my garden, but it is hard to find any soil mix without some type of mulch. So now we're going to drop our seeds just like we did on bed number 2. This one doesn't have a variety. So we're going to put some of the seeds in our hand and we are going to drop them. Remember, they're supposed to be 2 to 3 inches apart, but their germination rate is not great. So we rather thin them out than have to come back. And they're so sensitive to movement. So that's why I don't seed them inside. Okay, put the rest of the seeds inside the packet and we cover, let's cover, and then press for soil contact. We are not on the east side of bed number 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to do radish. we're going to plant some radishes. And radishes also needs to be 2 inches apart. And we could plant the seeds as deep as half an inch. And these are ready for harvest in 22 days. So that will bring us around October 5th. So let's do the same thing. And we're going to be working around our oregano plant here. So these are considered, if you rank your plants, these are considered the small one because um, it does not take a lot of room above all of their roots. So they everything, all the space that they're really gonna need is underneath. So this one we actually could get a spacer. I have a spacer inside, but I didn't bring it. So we're gonna eyeball around 2 inches. These seeds are a lot bigger than the carrot seed, so we can really do gauge to hold them and gauge 2 inches. This one didn't come with their germination rate, so not sure how much that germination rate is gonna be. But because our household doesn't eat a lot of radishes, actually, I hardly ever buy them. We usually eat them only on vacation. Um, we are going to try it this year for the first time. So if the germination is not great, as long as I get a couple, I'm okay with that. Maybe for the spring, it will be a different story. We could also do subsequent planting. So let's close them in. This oregano smells beautiful. Mm. So now that we have closed them all in, we're going to make sure we have some good soil contact so they can germinate. And the germination rate for this one is, let's see what it says, 4 to 6 days. So we'll see how much they come up. And then we put a little sign that we have radishes along the edge, and it's going to be the cherry bell radish, and the approximately harvest time is 10:05. I do that so we can know around when we have to harvest. The other ones that we harvested, that the other ones that we planted, like the cucumber and the squash and the zucchini and the tomato, we don't necessarily need that because we'll see we'll see them. Root crops, it is good to put an approximate time so we can know when we need to start looking for the readiness. Now we are on bed 3 on the west side of it, and we're also going to do the same thing. These radishes that I have do not have necessarily a variety name on it, but we are going to try it. And this one says that it will be ready in 30 days, 28 to 30 days. And it says to plant it half an inch deep, just like the other one. To be honest with you, these seeds look pretty much the same. So even though I got ahead of myself and got the seeds, let's do a little trench. And we will work around this oregano plant. I should be harvesting it, a lot of it soon, so I could make some oregano oil. So we'll continue a little row. Okay, so now we are going to plant them about 2 inches apart. If you get 2 seeds down and you cannot remove it, it's gonna be okay. You could always thin them out later. Mm. I don't know if you could hear that. That woof, that bee is around here trying to get to the um what is this? Oh my goodness, eggplant. Oh my goodness, I went blank. Eggplant flower. Okay, now let's go to the other side. That one. Move that one. Okay, let's return our seeds to our packet. I dropped one on the ground, but okay, didn't get it. And then now we're going to make sure that we close them in. Remember, 1/2 inch only of depth. It's beautiful this morning. It's probably 72, 73 degrees outside. Okay, and once we have them all in, we're going to pat them slightly to make sure that there's good soil contact underneath there. Because if there's a air pocket, then the contact is not going to be sufficient. Let's move this stack there. And you may see ants in your garden, and all ants are not bad. They're also eat the they help decompose. So we put our sign, and then we are done planting our um, carrots and our radishes. Now we can come back next week and plant, or in a week or two, and come and plant another row of them, so we could have a continuous harvest. But that's really up to you. I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to do. Well, maybe for the carrots, I am. I'm not too sure about the radishes, but that is something that you can do. Remember, you want to plant what your family is going to eat and not just for show. That way, or if you're not family is not going to eat it, then what you can do is you can donate it or take it to a food bank or anything like that to donate some fruit, some food. Okay, that is all for today. Thank you for watching and cultivating with Sandra. Have a blessed day.